Hi, welcome to this video, which is all about a daily routine in Forex trading to follow. And I think as traders, we all need to have a set daily routine where we sit down, we generate our trading signals and implement our strategy. And it needs to be done every day, in my view. Now here, what I want to do is give you what I do in a day. I'm not saying my way is the only way to do it, but hopefully you'll find some tips in what I'm going to say which you can incorporate in your own routine. So what do I do each day? Well, each day I have a consistent time when I sit down to analyse the markets. For me, that is London Open. Now, obviously traders live all over the world. I don't think it matters what time you actually sit down. Just make it consistent, the same time of day, okay? So there's no best time to analyse the market. Some people might say it's London Open, New York close, Far East close. No, just be consistent with when you sit down to analyse the markets. Now, the first thing I do when I sit down is I normally have 5 minutes where I clear my head and just basically then go to the charts. And what I'll normally do is put up a chart, and within a few seconds I will know what I'm going to do with it, or if I am going to do nothing whatsoever. Now, in terms of myself, my strategy is simple, I'm confident in it, and I know it's got an edge. And because it is simple, and I'm confident in the actual strategy and its edge, I do not want to be thinking about the chart. There's a reason for that. I think if you see something on a chart and it comes to you instantly, that's great. If you look too hard at the chart or too long, you are going to see things that aren't really there. They didn't come to you quickly. So you may be subconsciously trying to see something that isn't there, i.e. try and force a trade out of that pair which isn't really there. Now I found if I've actually done it quickly, put it in the market, that works fine for me. If I've thought about it, I don't do it anymore. When I used to think about a chart setup, then put it in the market, it very often went wrong, or I just wasn't confident enough in the trade. Why? Because I thought too long about it. That means there was doubts in the back of my mind. So basically, it is a very quick decision to decide what to do or what not to do. Now, in terms of the amount of pairs that I follow about 40 a day. Now, in terms of following 40 pairs a day, I know there's a lot of traders who say, you don't need to do that, you just follow a few majors. A lot of people just focus on 1 or 2 pairs or just half a dozen. I don't view that as a good way of trading at all. A lot of people say the euro trades differently to the yen, you can have a separate strategy. No, all pairs are equal. They all move to the same factors, okay? So it's really the chart formation you're interested in. The more charts you look at, the more chance you've got of finding high probability trades. I would say most of the time, the real high probability trades for me do not come from the majors that everyone looks at. They might come in crosses, for example, or maybe a more exotic pair. Now, in terms of once I've gone through all the charts, I will come up with a number of pairs that I'm interested in. And basically what I'll do is I'll look out for correlations, okay? So if I've suddenly got 3 pairs that are correlated, I will actually just pick the best pair of those 3. I wouldn't trade all 3 of them, okay? I don't like having too many pairs on. I only really want what I consider to be the high probability trades, and I don't want too much correlation, okay? Now, to give you an idea, I would normally have a maximum of 8 pairs that I've got in the market, and that for me is enough. I don't want to be trading too many pairs. I just want the highest odds opportunities. Now, in terms of basically putting the trades on, the way I work out the lot size is I work from the stop. Okay, so if I'm swing trading, let's say I'm trading with a 100 pip stop, that would have twice the size probably of a trend following trade which had a 200 pip stop. Okay, so I always work it back in terms of work out the risk first of all to get the lot size. Then what I want is to know my total exposure, and by total exposure I mean how much am I going to lose if every trade I've got in the market goes wrong at once. And normally I want to keep that below 10%. Okay. Now, I've very often been surprised that traders never know their worst eventuality. I mean, there will come a time, it comes for all traders, it's happened to me, it'll happen to you if you trade long enough, where every trade you've got on just goes wrong. You need to know that you're not going to fall too far behind, okay? My figure is 10% basically. And if I do lose on all my trades, I will probably have a day or two off, just basically have a little bit of a break and then come back to the markets. Now, in terms of the way I organise my trading, I also take into account how well I'm doing, okay? So if I'm not doing too well, okay, I'm in a period of drawdown, I will cut back the amount of risk exposure that I've got. I won't try and hurry to get my drawdown back. I will take my time. If you try and get it back too quickly when you fall behind, it gets even worse. You dig yourself a bigger hole. Now, when I'm ahead, I will normally allocate some capital of my profits where I can load up on one of the trades or two of the trades that I'm looking at. And I will risk more if I really have a conviction about that trade. Now, the whole concept of what I do is I want to stay even or thereabouts. And then when I'm ahead, I want to go for bigger trades. I risk a little bit more to make more money, to really get my performance going forward. Generally, I'm playing great defense in my view first. And then, basically, when I've got some capital, I will go for a big offense, okay? So I will just basically vary my bet size continuously. Now, in terms of my daily routine, it really comes in two stages. Obviously, I've got my initial time when I'm doing all my charts and so forth. I will review at the end of the day as well where my positions are. And basically, just if there's anything that's really changed my viewpoint at the end of the day. If there isn't, I don't see anything, I'll just wait until the next day. And then I will review all my positions again. Now, one of the things that I generally want to see is I want to see trades move quickly for me. So I'm not going to be just basically sticking on a trade, putting a profit objective in, stop and a target. I'm quite happy to take trades out of the markets if they're not really moving for me. They might even be in profit. I'll still take them out. If I see a moving market elsewhere where that money might be better utilised, I've got no problem in cutting out at a small profit or a small loss. And I think that is one thing you should analyse daily, because if you think about the money in your trading account, it is working capital. If you're treating it as a business, it's working capital. You want that money working where it's going to be best utilised. And by that, I mean you want a volatile moving market. You don't want to be stuck in something that's not going anywhere. So I always think, you need to be very flexible. Okay, a trader might have a small profit or a small loss on. It's not doing what you think in terms of volatility. Just get the money, take it out, move it to somewhere else where there is volatility and the potential for profits. Now, in terms of the weekend, I still work at the weekend and I like to do my weekly analysis. And what I will do is I'll get out all the weekly charts and I'll pinpoint what I consider to be key weekly levels. And if they line up with daily levels, those levels become more important to me. So you've got the weekly longer term chart backing up the daily chart. I always love it when you've got weekly and daily levels together. Now, that is just purely from a technical perspective what I do, but I also like to look at the news and I also like to try and judge sentiment. And I normally have a review of the major news wires. For instance, it'll be Reuters, Bloomberg, CNBC, Market Watch. I'll also look at sites that other Forex traders look at, like Forex Factory or dailyfx.com, just to see what the sentiment is towards pairs. And I always get very worried if I see surefire certainty trades or everyone looking for a trade to do something. If I'm in it, I get a bit weary do not want to get caught with the majority. I'll also use that to generate contrary trades. Okay, so that is just probably take me a couple of hours a day. I know I'm going to spend possibly a bit more time than most people, but I think if you spend half an hour to an hour doing it, you'll soon work out the consensus of the markets. Now I just obviously know that most Forex traders lose. Obvious trades tend to lose, so that's why I like to keep my eye on the news and on the sentiment. Each week I will always make sure I review the CFTC net traders positions, which I've covered in other videos, but just basically gives you a snapshot of what speculators have got in the markets, the smart money commercials, see what they're doing, if I can get a contrary trade from there as well. Now, in terms of my daily routine, that is it. Obviously 5 days a week. I normally do my weekly analysis on a Sunday. And what I also like to do is read continually on Forex trading. At least once a week I'll be reading a book that's related to Forex trading or related to mindset. I just like to do that because I think the real problem we have as Forex traders is staying focused, okay? And by focused, I mean not letting our emotions get involved or going a little bit off track, letting greed come in or basically trying to force a profit from the markets. Those emotions are always bubbling beneath the surface for me. So I like to read, interviews with the top traders, books by the top traders. I read obviously a lot of books on psychology. I'll normally get through at least one a week. I just find that helps me keep focused, helps me keep myself motivated and not veer off track. So that really is my daily routine and the way I do it. I hope you found something in it that's useful, and thank you again for watching this video. I'll be back soon. Take care. Have a good day.